A Valley man is in hot water tonight. Police say Sebastian Sandoval forged checks made out to himself from local restaurants.
We wanted to know how big a problem check fraud is in the Valley. Channel 5's Cecilia Gutierrez spoke with the Hidalgo County District Attorney about the issue.
Writing a check is a form of payment banks see every day and people do often. Rio Bank spokesperson Kathy Grossman explains to us what is done when a forged check is received by their bank.
We have to file charges on them, and so whoever the victim is wants to file charges, primarily because we want to take them off of the street so that they're not victimizing someone else.
If a person writes a forged check or one that pens for a long time called a hot check, it becomes a big problem. Grossman says because of taxes, most checks, like payroll checks, will not end in an even number. The tellers at Rio Bank are also trained to look for things like this and then call the authorities.
When we get these checks back, we take them to the DA to prosecute.
District Attorney Ricardo Rodriguez says it's not only forged checks that are the problem. Racking up more than $1 million in just 2017 alone, hot checks are also a huge problem.
You can see that there's a lot of cases that we have and that we work on.
He says their check fraud unit investigators work tirelessly to try and crack down on the crime in people like Sandoval.
There's individuals like that are out there, and obviously, we try the best we can to prosecute these cases and get that restitution back and that money back for the victims.
The room full of fraudulent and hot checks we went into tells a story of a business or person who lost out on some money.
Whether it's a small business, a big business, whether it's just someone from a household, people rely on this money. When someone gives them a check with insufficient funds, they need that money.
The district attorney says whether the crime is as serious as fraudulent checking or a hot check, you can spend some time in jail. In Hidalgo County, Cecilia Gutierrez, Channel 5 News at 6.
We also wanted to know more about the process that banks use to detect forged checks. This is a Channel 5 News Extra. Rio Bank spokesperson Kathy Grossman says it all starts with the teller and what they are trained to look for.
The teller isn't going to look for the watermark. They're going to look for what's written on the face of the check. You would have to look at the signature on the check itself. You would also need to know your customer, which is the business, and you would know if that looked like the check that they normally would write.
Grossman says a watermark on the check can be a big indicator to whether or not that check is real.
A lot of legitimate checks do have a watermark.
And even checks ordered through the bank will have a watermark. If the check were to get past the teller, the bank will know within 2 days if it's real or not.